Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Over the past 24 hours, there have been even more updates for the David situation, with new information suggesting that David actually killed his 14-year-old girlfriend, and was trying to cover up the fact that he was dating someone underage. Now, despite there already being a ton of evidence against David in this situation, more information recently aired to the public, proving that something darker was likely also going on behind the scenes. Celeste Rivas, the 15-year-old girl found dead in the trunk of singer David's Tesla, ran away multiple times because of trouble at home, law enforcement sources tell TMZ. Now, if this is true and there was some sort of trouble going on at home, then that means that this is a much more complicated situation than before, because throughout this entire situation, it really did seem like Celeste's parents didn't even care to look for her, almost as if her parents already knew that she was with David. There would even be videos shared by TMZ of Celeste running away from home around the same time that she went missing. TMZ has spoken to a liquor store owner near where Celeste's school bus had picked her up, and he says there was one instance, March 19th of 2024, where Celeste's sister came to his store to review surveillance footage in an attempt to trace down Celeste's steps after she ran away. As you can see, she's up here basically just running down the street. Apparently she was running to the bus stop in the situation. I don't know how accurate that is, but as you guys can see, we can see her basically turning this corner, running around the corner of the sidewalk right here, and now she continues running to the bus stop. Now, it seems like she had a hood on because she was probably trying to not be seen by anyone that she knows, and they'd be like, hey, why are you, running away from home? As you guys can see, this random person looked back at Celeste, so maybe she's like, why is this person being all secretive, trying to run away? As we know, Celeste grew up in a decently sketchy area. I'm guessing this stuff is somewhat normal, like people running away or just doing, sketchy stuff. It looks like she's running away from somebody. Why is she running? Was there a problem at home? Now, it's really hard to put speculations out there that there was something going on at Celeste's home, because obviously we have absolutely no idea. But in this clip, it really did look like she was running away from something or somebody. As a matter of fact, like I said, she had a hood on, proving that she didn't want to be seen or recognized by anybody. Maybe she's worried that, if people see her on the street, they're gonna take her back to her house where maybe there is a troubled environment. Although, like I said, we literally have no idea. Regardless, she would continuously go seek out David. As we know, she would consistently go to David's house, as she could be seen on pictures and videos with him nearly all the time. Now, this got me thinking, how in the world did David's friends not raise speculations that this girl was underage? David's friends were under the impression that he was Celeste Rivas' boyfriend and was shocked to learn how old she really was. Now, it was also stated that David told his friends that she was 19 and went to USC. And I don't know if it's just me, but Celeste does not look like she's 19, bro. What? They just thought she was petite? Like, she literally looked like a young girl. Anyone with a brain could see that there was obviously something weird going on here. Something that many people would consider illegal as fuck. Especially considering that, according to one of David's neighbors, they were together so much that everyone just assumed that they lived together. Neighbor claims that David and Celeste lived together in a house as a couple. They were pretty quiet, he said. I never saw the police there, and I didn't hear them partying or anything. Nothing wild. I was shocked to find out what happened. I didn't know he was a singer, but I knew he had a Tesla as it was always parked outside. He was with the girl regularly, all the time. I recognized Rivas from photographs. I last saw them a couple months ago. I'm not sure, but I thought they were just kids. Like a couple aged 18 or 19. I had no idea. It's crazy. Now, obviously, this neighbor would have had absolutely no idea that Celeste was underage, or would even consider that Celeste would be a missing girl. But it makes it even more incriminating for David now, knowing that one of his neighbors literally said he was always with this girl. David and Celeste were around each other to the point that their neighbors literally thought they were a couple. And it makes David look even weirder knowing how young this girl was. All this information would compound whenever David would talk about the writing process for his songs, explaining that he had some sort of alter ego, someone that would actually commit the crimes that he's talking about in his songs.
The story of the manga went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself, And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it.
This alter ego sounds a lot like what's going on in this situation. Prior to all of this stuff coming to light, everyone looked at David as if he was a great guy and a very talented musician. I mean, that's no secret. But the alter ego he's talking about here is the side of him that goes out and commits crimes. The side of him that seems too real at this point to just be a story. Some of David's old friends from back whenever he was just playing Fortnite would state that him and Celeste started talking 5 years ago, whenever Celeste would be 10 years old and David was 15. Yo, I'm watching the live right now, but I just want to say this because me and my friends are trying to recall everything. We were all in a Fortnite team called Chronic, which is where I met him. He met her in like 2021 through Fortnite, I'm pretty sure, and then he made her get Discord. Everyone in the team knew about her, and he would even joke about it and brush it off every time it got mentioned. That's all I personally know, but my friend Pistol knows more because they talked way more. She would literally say he blanked her, but then would follow up with a joke, so I don't know if she was being for real or not. He was also just a weirdo, to be honest. He used to send gore pics in GCs, but I'm not surprised considering that and then it cut off. Now keep in mind, this is completely alleged. I mean, this guy could just be making all of this stuff up because there's really no way that we can prove what he's telling is the truth. Sure, he might have known David in the past, but he really didn't have any screenshot or video evidence that David talked to Celeste all the way back then. There was also another update that a Redditor actually discovered a Tesla key in the gutters by David's house. Unfortunately, he touched the key and tampered with potential evidence, but still, this doesn't look very good. I mean, to be fair, it's Los Angeles. I'm pretty sure everyone there has a fucking Tesla. And, maybe this is just a lost Tesla key that, got kicked in the gutter, or like the rain brought it to the gutter or something. But the fact that it was close to David's house makes it seem like it couldn't have been coincidental, or there was something that could have ultimately helped build this story. But I guess since he touched the fucking card, the evidence is gonna be pretty limited. Like what I mentioned prior, this specific piece of evidence could have so easily been faked. I mean, the guy could literally own a Tesla and just threw his card on the ground, fucking stepped on it a few times, and then picked it up and used it as potential quote-unquote evidence. A Redditor just posted a picture basically saying, hey, I found this Tesla card in a gutter near David's house, and figured that the entirety of Reddit would buy it, which obviously they did. I mean, Drama Alert's tweet got like 19,000 likes. But regardless, this entire situation for David is not looking good at all, even though many of these speculations are pretty far-fetched, and also many of them could be fake or heavily exaggerated. There's enough of the evidence that is literally undoubtable. The public Discord messages that he had with Celeste, the pictures of both of them together, the fact that she was literally found in his car. I mean, there's just too much evidence for it to be a coincidence. And even if David doesn't get convicted of actually doing the murder, it's obvious at this point that he dated her and has had some sort of sexual relationship with her in the past. And that is more than enough to convict the guy. And David could be locked up for a very long time, if not the rest of his life, because this situation went on for way too long without him getting caught. And I also definitely want to say rest in peace, Celeste. I really pray that her soul is resting easy now, and I hope that however she passed, justice is served in the right way. No one deserves to pass away the way that she did, and no one deserves to be treated the way that she was during her short life. Anyways though, I appreciate you all for the recent support. I love you guys all so much. Again, make sure you all pray for Celeste, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.